Well, the Broncos continue to go through the installation of their offense down at training camp, and today they were focusing on the red zone. Of course, it is very early in camp, but there is concern mounting about Russell Wilson, who appears to be still trying to find his groove. And our Broncos insider Mike-Klis has been out at camp from the get-go. Mike, Sean Payton said today he feels good about Russ, but the results don't seem to be there so far, at least as far as what we're able to see in these practices.
Yeah, exactly. I think Payton was supporting his quarterback once again. He's been known to do that, going back to the controversial comments of last week. And again today, Russell Wilson, the very first pass of the 11-on-11 team period was picked off by by Justin Simmons, I should say. It was triple covered, Brandon Johnson was, and then he overthrew it. Simmons with his third interception in 3 days. He's looking good. But then in the red zone that you were talking about, the very first play, Cortland Sutton was open. And Russell underthrew that ball, and it was picked off by K'Wan Williams. So no doubt he's struggling. It is April 2nd, and the first game isn't until September 10th against the Raiders. So hopefully in the next 5 weeks he'll figure it out with the new offense. It is a new offense, new playbook. It is going to take some time.
All right, it is August 2nd. I know that's what you meant to say. Hey, so the Broncos' third pick in this year's draft is going to miss some time. What do we know about the cornerback Riley Moss and his injury at this point, Mike?
Yeah, he had some stomach pain a couple days ago, and they thought it was just kind of a stomach, an acute stomach ailment. And they ran some tests, and they found something like a sports hernia. I guess it's not quite a sports hernia, but something real close. He went out to Philadelphia to have corrective surgery, core muscle surgery, and he's going to be out at least 4 weeks. I think he'll need a couple more weeks, to get his strength back and get his conditioning back, and it might be first game or two into the regular season might be in jeopardy. They do plan on having him back, but in the meantime, they got Fabian Moreau, a veteran corner who's been a starter the last 2 years in the league. So a nice cornerback to have in the bullpen as Riley Moss recovers.
Yeah, that's why I'm lucky not to have any core muscles. You can't pull them. So let's talk about the growing problems that are facing the Bronco defensive lineman Eyioma Uwazurike, already suspended by the league for a year for gambling. His problems are emerging and running far deeper than that now, aren't they, Mike?
Yeah, the Iowa Criminal Division has been looking into 4 Iowa State players, both former, as in Uwazurike's case, and 3 current ones, including their starting quarterback, involved in a gambling probe where they bet on Iowa State football games. Uwazurike did that, and they also found from his cell phone that he bet on 5 Bronco games, totaling 32 wagers, including 2 games in which he played in. And boy, that's even more problems and troubles for him than even a 1-year suspension by the NFL. You got to wonder, Tom, can the Broncos trust this guy? You know, you're in a team meeting to take on the Kansas City Chiefs next year, let's say, for the AFC West title. Do you want this guy in your team meetings, knowing all he's been through with the gambling? It's going to be a tough call here for the Broncos going forward.
Yeah, he's definitely in a tough spot. We're seeing what gambling is begat a little bit as far as the league and some of the players. I do like the idea of you mentioning the Broncos and Chiefs playing for the AFC West title, because that sounded pretty cool in and of itself. All right, Mike, we'll get a chance to talk to you a little bit more about what's going on at Bronco camp coming up at 5 o'clock. As of today, we're 9 days away from the first preseason game for the Broncos. Coming up on next Friday, the Broncos taking on the Arizona Cardinals down in the desert. Of course, you can watch it right here on 9 News or on 9 News Plus. It kicks off at 7 p.m.